Erwan's turn.
What's the giling?
Giling.
Giling.
Oh!
In today's episode, we invited a beginner cook, a home cook, and a chef to cook Veega giniling in 3 different ways.
What is up, guys? My name is Aiyana Perlas, and obviously I am not a chef.
In this situation, I'm playing the role of the home cook.
It's my turn to make something special.
Oh my gosh, actually this episode is perfect for me because I'm actually vegetarian. Like just recently, this quarantine lang, we became vegetarian because my mom watched this movie called Game Changers and she was just like, okay, it's time for us to be vegetarian. And yeah, so this is a perfect time for us today, right? Yeah, Veega. They think I'm an amateur, that's why they got me. Really, I'm not an amateur. I'm lower than that. It's time for me to recreate one of my favorite burger steak recipes. I hope I get to achieve it. Let's go, guys. Okay, so now let's get our 1 pack of meat-free giniling. 153 calories only for 1 serving. Can you believe that? Actually, oh my gosh, it smells pretty good. Okay, so if there's one thing I wish to master, is how to crack my egg with 1 hand. Imagine, I haven't had like a hamburger in so long. Now, I'm gonna try plant-based burgers. Veega, by the way, guys, is already fully cooked, so this doesn't need to be cooked further. So here, I think it's time for us to be able to flip the pan. 1, 2, yeah! Flipping! Okay. So now let's wait for another minute to cook the egg. I'm so nervous about this. I don't think this is cooked. I really don't think this is cooked, guys. I don't even know if I'm doing the correct thing, but whatever. If Erwan Heussaff is gonna eat it, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, I'm almost done. I think I have to flip it again. Am I allowed to do that or no? It looks cooked ba?
Use your intuition.
My intuition? I don't think I have intuition when it comes to cooking. It doesn't even want to flip anymore. Go. Oh, I think it's okay na. Okay, so I'm gonna put it now on my plate. Yay! Patty! As an amateur, I was able to cook my burger steak. Pero we're not yet done because we have to make the gravy. Guys, we actually have the oil from the burger patties a while ago. So, you know, it got a little bit of flavor still. But, okay, let's turn on this thing again. Okay, so here, now it's time to put the butter. Okay, there we go. Smooth like butter. Okay, so no. Let's go here now and let's add the mushrooms. There you go. Okay, this is called a roux. So, like what Erwan Heussaff says, he said that this is a technique where you mix butter and flour and then it thickens up. So, I'm gonna add a little bit of flour first. Not everything, just like what Chef Martin told me a while ago. So maybe once I like perfect this recipe, I'll cook it for my family in 9 years. Okay, next up, it's time to add the vegetable broth. Hey! So guys, we're gonna have to mix this until it is super duper thick. Oh my gosh, this is actually not, it won't take long. I thought it would take long, but it's actually getting thick fast. You know what I mean? Okay, it's time for me to taste the gravy. OMG, it tastes like the recipe that I actually wanted to taste like. So I'm gonna prepare the meal now. So here, I'm ready. Let's hope this is perfect, please. Whoa! I didn't think it would get out that fast. We are now gonna put the patties. So friends, this is my Veega beef burger steak. So Martin, Erwan, it's time for the professionals to head on over to the kitchen. Welcome, this is Kabayan.
He's stuck with it.
I love sticky rice with sauce on top of it.
Yeah,
it's just such a heartwarming thing to see. So it counts like a burger.
Yeah.
It cuts like ground beef.
Reminds me of torta.
I'm actually proud.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
I'm proud. I'm on my 3rd spoon.
I'm gonna finish my plate. I didn't have breakfast and this is actually really pretty tasty.
And it's not too starchy.
Good job.
Okay naman.
Right?
Okay.
A for amateur or A for Aiyana?
A plus.
I'm not a vegetarian, but I think like this is the type of meal would be easier to kind of go meat-free.
Yeah.
Because it does kind of remind you of maybe something you're used to eating or maybe you want to eat.
Perla's family, it's time.
In this situation, I'm playing the role of the home cook, which basically I am a home cook. So I'll be making two things that a lot of us love to eat at home, and that's a beautiful cheeseburger, and I'm gonna be doing that with some caramelized onions, and it's gonna be really tasty. And then I will also be doing a quesadilla. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit more about this Veega meat-free giniling. What I'm really happily surprised about it is that I get 16 grams of protein per serving. So there's actually 38 grams. That's really bad math, everyone. There's 16 times 2 is 32, Jesus Christ. So there's 32 grams of protein in this pack. So for all my gym bros and metalheads out there, this is actually a really good substitute if you're looking for a high protein meat replacement. It's mainly made from vegetable protein, which is also really cool. The first two ingredients are water and mushrooms. And then it's bound together with some egg white. So basically, if you're looking for a meat-free substitute that gives you the same feel and flavor as meat, Veega is perfect for you. Okay, let's get cooking. So first thing I'm gonna do, because it's gonna take the longest, is I'm gonna chop up my onions. So the thinner you actually go here, the faster this will be to kind of cook down. Sorry, I'm a little bit emotional right now because Aiyana asked me about my baby. So really important when you're making caramelized onions, you really want to cook down the onions naturally. And the longer you cook that down, this can literally become just like one handful or even like 2 tablespoons of onions. But we're not gonna go all the way there. I'm just looking to just develop that sweetness. We don't need to wait for that to get hot, and then our onions go straight in. Okay, so this is gonna take maybe 10, 15 minutes. You can go all the way to 30 minutes if you want. So I'm gonna transfer this over here while we finish up everything else. For me, what's really important for burger is like a glue, and the glue helps just keep everything together. So for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop up some pickles. So I'm using some French cornichons. I really like these because they're not too sweet. They're nice and briny and nice and pungent, which is really important for me. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix that with some mayonnaise and some freshly grated garlic. And then finish that with just a dash of sugar. Now we can prepare our Veega. So like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna be making a burger version of this, but I'm also gonna be making a quesadilla. So the quesadilla, all we're gonna do is put the giniling in a pan and just stir fry that. I'm actually really curious just to taste it without adding anything to it. I can definitely like figure out the mushrooms there because you do get some like nice toothiness, but there's already some salt in there. There's already some pepper, probably some garlic powder, some onion powder, but there's a lot of flavors going on already, so you actually don't need to add much to it. I was about to add in some chopped in onions and some garlic, but I don't need to. Set this aside and we can cook our burgers. I'm gonna be copying exactly what Aiyana did because she did such a good job at it. So I'm gonna be mixing our Veega with some flour and an egg. Olive oil in a hot pan. Aiyana did it with 2 spoons a while ago, but just to show you that it is actually possible to form it by hand. It's just a little messier. That's pretty much done. I'm gonna take out the patties and then we're gonna start working on the buns. Super key for me, butter the pan a little bit, but more importantly, butter the bread, both sides, just a little bit. Once it's nice and brown, take it off. Ooh, it's hot. Time for our first quesadilla-like style dish. Tortilla. This goes into our pan. Once it's warm and you can kind of move it without it breaking, flip it to the other side. Now we're gonna fill one side only with our Veega. Then we're gonna go in with these beautiful caramelized onions right on top. This will be nice and thick. And And then you can add a mix of cheese, so we can do cheddar, a bit of mozzarella, just to bind everything, but also to give us a stretch. Once that's done, just fold it onto this side. Remember that the cheese is at the top. So at this point, when you have some nice browning already, you can go ahead and flip it on the other side. And then just melt the cheese at the bottom. Everything's ready. Get our buns out. That's what I say every summer too. 1 teaspoon goes on the bottom bun. This is our mayo cornichon. And then we'll do the same thing right at the top. And like I said, this is gonna be really simple. Like when I make burgers at home, I really like simple burgers. This is a thing you can do instead of using like processed American cheese. You can actually melt some nice real cheddar cheese in a pan and then just kind of drip that over the patty. So this, you guys can grab one each.
Yay.
I made 2 versions because Martin apparently found my quesadilla too black, but I like it. So I'm gonna keep that for myself. Thank you very much.
What?
You're just afraid of what I'm gonna say. I'm just kidding, no.
And then let's cut the burger.
Wow.
Let's get that cross section. That's yours. Look at that. Looks beautiful, nice and juicy. Cheers.
Burger first. Cheers.
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 Parang ayoko na. Let's just end the episode here. It's complicated.
Quesadilla, you can serve this with some lime, some lemon, or some sour cream if you want.
Ooh.
It's a happy food dance.
Giling.
Martin, stop.
Special
Stop.
guest,
She
Jollibee.
can do it.
Can you do the giling, please?
Go, show me the giling.
Please.
Jollibee version.
Okay,
Yung ulo
Erwan's
hindi
time.
gumagalaw.
Erwan's turn.
What's the giling?
Giling.
Giling.
Oh!
See?
Okay, Martin, what are you making for us?
I'm gonna be making some vegetarian tostadas for you guys.
Ooh.
So,
Stealing
Medyo-
my Mexican theme. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, I get it.
it's like a combination. Okay, whatever. And it's my turn to make something special. It will look complicated because of the amount of the ingredients, but the actual process is gonna be super simple. First things first, we are gonna make a simple sofrito, quote unquote. So sofrito is actually Spanish or Mexican, it's like a paste. Simple lang, first things first, I wanna de-seed my bell pepper and Anaheim chili. Remove, cut it into chunks. By the way, this is 1 out of 3 of this recipe. And I have very useful food processor here. Remove this part of your garlic. Red onions. You can use white. If you have a bigger one, di nyo kailangan gawin yung ginawa ko. You can just chop everything, throw it there, and then process. Now, what's the difference between using a food processor and a blender? Food processors are more powerful and compact. Let's say I have herbs with me and I want to turn it into a powder. If I use a blender, I'll have to add liquid for it to actually move. As for Food Pro, I can just place everything there. I have 3 peeled tomatoes. You can use tomato paste instead. Next, cumin. Then, turmeric. Next is our Veega. Right, so I just want to reheat the Veega meat-free giniling. What I like about this is it's fully cooked. So, wala na tayong problema. Just a few minutes of sauteing. Give it a little browning. I'm just gonna set it aside. Same pan. This is olive oil, by the way. Next is our quote-unquote sofrito. Kailangan ng onting pasensya dito. Kasi, what we want to happen here is for the moisture of the veggies to cook off. While we're waiting for the sofrito to fully cook, we can prepare our corn salsa so it can rest in the fridge for a few minutes. I have here some fresh coriander. Next is cayenne pepper and sweet paprika. Salt, pepper, olive oil. Okay, I just want to show you guys the color of the sofrito. See? It's super dry and darker shade of red, orange. Alright, now it's time for that tostada. How do you say it? Tostada. So what we're doing is we are kind of shallow frying the tortillas that I brought. Because if there's too little oil, you'll just toast it and it might burn super fast. Right, so we made these ourselves and you can find the recipe over at our feature Facebook page. If you want it to be perfectly round like this one, I used a cutter, not necessary. If you want it to be more rustic, then just do your best. Shred some romaine lettuce. Right, plating time. Veega tostada delights.
Mountain.
Lagyan na. Delights.
Delights.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay, yeah. So I tried my best not to add anything to the Veega meat itself.
Eamonn, why don't you want to try your own meal?
I'm not gap na. Yun lang eh. Is it too spicy or?
Tortillas are really good.
Right? Made with love. Fat kid style.
Like Martin said, we used giniling in our style to show you the versatility of this product. Try out other products from Veega. They also have burger patties, nuggets, sausages, and meat-free balls. They're all really tasty, and any info that you'll need about Veega will be in the description box below. See you all on the next video.